The revolution's begun. The time to stand up has come. We are the rocking of the throne. We are the rocking of the throne.
The Democratic Party, or flush it. We're referring to phrases that describe electoral leverage. If you don't pick the candidate we want, screw you, we're going to go somewhere else. That's what Bernie or Bust was about. Progressive or Bust was going to be our midterm strategy. And then we got wondering, how do you determine who's progressive? You know, you have to do research on who's funding the candidates, and remember Hillary Clinton was a progressive. So, CFAR or else is a paradigm-shifting, transpartisan, game-changing strategy for 2018.
What did you just say? What, I can't, CFAR?
I'm going to say CFAR is a contract for American renewal. It's a new standard by which we can judge candidates for office. And it re-empowers, it eliminates the guesswork and empowers voters in a new way. CFAR or else is it's a contract comprised of 11 populist issues supported by at least 60% of the population. Those are the 11 issues that has been talked about over and over again this weekend. This strategy flips the relationship between candidate and voter on its head. Think about it. Right now, somebody says, I'm running for office. He puts together his committee or her platform, and then he or she makes campaign promises, and then the voters say, candidate A, candidate B, candidate C. I like candidate C. That's the way it is now. CFAR or else is, here's our contract. Here's our 11 issues we want you to get behind, or 10 or 9. It's negotiation. Sign the dotted line, or else we're going to go find a candidate who will. And that's where the third party comes in. Or, in 43 states, as a protest vote, the write-in option actually works at this level. It didn't work at the national level with Bernie or Bust, but it does make sense here. At least it's a protest vote. They were talking about spoiler vote this morning. This is an intentional spoiler strategy. This aspect of it that puts the voter sort of on top of that relationship is the singularly most revolutionary quality of this entire strategy. This isn't a revolutionary platform. This is a populist platform. 60 to 90% of the people want these things. It has a potential as an umbrella, as a mechanism to unify all these single-issue left-wing groups under one single strategy. Normally, as I said this morning on the panel, a party does that. These are Green Party platform, basically, right? Get out of Afghanistan, reduce the military budget, which is included, reduce the military budget by 20%. Not revolutionary, but a reform. It would lead to an American CFAR reformation. And it has an opportunity to unite, under the single strategy, all these disparate single-issue left-wing organizations. CFAR or else is a double-edged sword. The contract can be used by candidates to weaponize their candidacies. They can use it as a verbal cudgel to smack their opponents. They're making campaign promises, empty promises. I've signed an agreement. They hold up the contract. I've signed an agreement that commits me, binds me to fulfill this within 180 days, or you can recall me from Washington. It's radical that way. But they can use that. That's a tool they can use, and these things are effective. In 1994, the Republicans used Contract with America and took the House of Representatives for the first time in decades. You know who else had a contract? Right on his website, and he had voters sign it. And he got elected. Donald Trump had a contract. These things work, and why the left would ever allow Republicans to maintain a monopoly on effective campaign strategies, I don't understand. And that's one of the, see, I think it's a selling point. The Republicans did this and it worked. And some people think, oh, we can't do what Republicans did. Right, let's let them win all the elections. That makes a lot of sense. The other side of the sword, this is a double-edged sword, the other side of the sword is, this is a pledge movement. Bernie Bus was a pledge movement. People signed a pledge. I will vote this way in November, regardless of who the nominee is. This is a pledge movement. I will vote for a CFAR candidate only, which means if a non-CFAR candidate wins the nomination, and if you can't CFAR, you might just be a neoliberal. That's a distrust we want to promote across the nation. This is a national strategy. And the idea is to unseat and help defeat neoliberal dinos, Democrats in name only. So why include Democrats, CFAR Democrats, in this strategy? Norman Solomon, the coordinator for Grassroots Action.org, not online, wrote in Truthdig about a month ago, those who scoff at using the Democratic Party as an electoral tool to oust the GOP have no other electoral tool to propose. And that's unfortunate because it means the Green parties can't win. They can win local offices, no question about that, but they've never been elected to Congress. And I don't think they're going to get elected next year, but I think this can help them get elected if they become CFAR candidates. We have 7 so far. We have 3 Dems who've signed the CFAR contract, 2 independents, 1 for the Senate, 1 for the House, and 2 Greens are CFAR candidates so far. We're also building an effort on the activist website of people to do what we did for Bernie Bus. See, we can't do this in 468 races for 5 people. So we need people in each congressional district to not figure out what we did, but learn what we did. So on the activist website, we actually have a tutorial tab where people can go and watch the tutorials to learn how to ask the candidate to sign a contract, how to find who's running in the primaries, how to create a pledge list. So they have 4 activities, right? That's 2 of them. Ask the candidates to become CFAR candidates and create a pledge form. And we have tutorials explaining how to do that. Get a URL that people can easily memorize and go to wherever you put your pledge form, free blog, a website, our website, we can host it for you. You can use tinyURL, that's free. And finally, of course, they're going to have to go around and promote that pledge form on that, wherever they stick that page. All that activity for leverage activists is free. It doesn't cost them a dime. This is as grassroots as you can get. They're going to use that list of voters now as a network of networks. We're going to teach the people who take the pledge how to use their email application to extract the email addresses of everyone they've ever emailed and create lists of email addresses. So they're going to create their own little network, and then the list of, so they're a node in a larger network. It is a network of networks that we're going to use for electioneering communication as the primary approaches to supplement the CFAR candidates' television and radio campaign activities and phone calling and everything else. So we're aiming for nothing less than a reformation of the United States, a CFAR reformation. So why CFAR? As people, if we don't transform the energy sector, we're not going to get far. And for the candidates, because we're building a movement of CFAR pledged voters, if they don't CFAR, they're not going to get far. That's CFAR or else. Thank you.
Revolt Against Plutocracy won't just be covering the news about the necessary revolution in the United States. Sometimes we'll be making the news. If you want to stay on top of the revolutionary actions and strategies of grassroots, genuine progressives, and our allies, please subscribe to our YouTube channel today.